We are approaching the age rapidly where we are completely out of touch with what young people are doing. And
it's been like that for a while now.
Well, I feel like I still have I have my finger on the pulse of popular
culture. Get
your
ear down to the ground of the Zoomers.
Well, it's more the fact that what I don't get, and I have no interest in ever getting, is social media, with specifically TikTok, with what the Zoomers are into. Mm-hmm. I have no interest in it. I think it's weird that so many people are into it. People that I know and care about are use TikTok a lot. Does Erica use TikTok?
I don't know. I've heard conflicting answers.
What have you from your spies?
From my spies, maybe her just me asking, "Are you on TikTok right now?" And she's like, "No, this is like a TikTok that got uploaded to like Facebook or something that." So, all
right. Does she know?
Which is weird because Facebook has its own recording, and I think you can also link up your Instagram videos to it.
Does Erica know your feelings on TikTok? Do you have feelings on TikTok?
I just find it to be basically, I've always considered it, when I first heard it, it was always being used for dubbing, like singing and stuff like that, like audio. Mm-hmm. I quite frankly, now that you don't have to do that on TikTok and you can just record stuff, I feel it's basically just Vine 2.0.
It is.
Everybody forgot about Vine, and I'm like, oh, here's the same thing all over again.
Why did Vine fail? I don't remember. Wasn't that through Twitter? Wasn't Vine through Twitter? I think Vine was through Twitter.
Maybe. You'd have to double check it, but I think it was something where, or maybe Vine did get purchased by Twitter, and then Twitter was going to start basically absorbing those particular elements of it into its own video system, but they never really did that.
Yes, that is exactly what happened.
Yeah, even before Elon purchased Twitter a few years ago, like they basically just bought it and sat on it.
No, there was something with Vine I thought was wrapped into Twitter. Twitter bought it in 2012, 4 months after it launched.
Oh,
for $30 million. Videos published on Vine. So I think that they more or less just kept it as a separate thing.
Okay.
But because I had a Vine account, I uploaded.
You're a Viner?
I had like a handful of videos that I posted because I think there was some kind of cross posting with Twitter at the time.
Okay.
I don't. It's foggy. Like Periscope was another app that I remember using. That was foggy. I remember using it, but not very much.
Periscope was more for like live streaming.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know quite a few Disney vloggers, as they're known on YouTube, would use Periscope, but then I think YouTube eventually was just like, hey, we're going to allow this type of thing on YouTube to do stuff.
Marketers leaving the platform was a large part of the decision by Twitter to discontinue Vine. Many monetary sources began to move to longer, short video platforms.
Because wasn't it like a 15-second? Like Vine had a defined recording length.
But you're right. 15-second uploads.
Okay. Yeah.
But couldn't they just change the upload length? Like, I mean, think about
if they
Twitter,
wanted to, but that was like their shtick, I guess.
Twitter's like limit was like 256 characters or 512 or something like that for a very long time.
I think they also kind of got to the point where they're like, we don't know what to do with this beyond this.
Right.
This I mean, they basically hit a brick wall, and I know a lot of the famous Viners because it's got a list there. You know, like Curtis Connor, David Dobrik, Danny Gonzalez, the Paul brothers, people? A whole bunch of them just ended up switching gears and not even going to like TikTok. I feel like they just ended up going to YouTube, just because it's got a much larger reach globally, even.
But it's strange to me though. I mean, the influx of Vine personalities to YouTube was a turning point and a bad point in the culture of YouTube.
Did you eat my chocolate cake that I told you not to eat?
Me, no. No, maybe so.
Yeah.
So I wish that they would have. I wish that TikTok would have just kept them, or like Snapchat or Instagram. But I guess everyone just said we want to make longer videos, so they started doing YouTube.
What's funny with that is that there was like a couple year difference between like TikTok getting big and then, Vine kind of falling off and everybody going to YouTube, like that. It's almost like it's like a 20-year gap, in the real world sense almost, of which these people, like, they were like, well, I just took my entire fan base from one platform to another. I kind of don't want to go back to doing the similar thing and try to, have the eventual, what is that, like, losing of subscriber attrition type of thing by going to TikTok and stuff. I know there's big people there supposedly is like big names on TikTok and stuff, but I don't know any of them really compared to some of the people that were on Vine, mostly because I don't pay attention to TikTok.
Well, it's funny you mention all the people on TikTok that we don't know about and have no reason to know about, because
Tom from MySpace.
This Twitter or this X post got a lot of attention last week from the Hollywood Reporter.
Oh,
Hollywood, meet your new A-list. From staggeringly talented TikTokers,
are they,
to the Instagram stars we can't look away from. These are the names who will and should be dominating the business of new and old media.
So I'm guessing Hollywood Reporter is trying to find a purpose for itself in current year, because the people that they used to schmooze with and blow. Oh my God. Oh, hello, nurse.
Okay. Sorry, schmooze with.
I
aren't returning their phone calls. Let me help you finish.
I see Booba and I got.
Oh my God.
Well, basically, it's like
bad Alex.
I think there was one time we were sitting around, probably having a cup of Joe and a couple of lung darts, and we came to the conclusion that we're gonna be alive to see the day that somebody like Arnold Schwarzenegger dies. We're going to be here. We've already, unfortunately, Robin Williams passed away. Like a lot of actors from our youth,
the icons of our
they're going to
just
start, going up there to join Harambe and the Macho Man Randy Savage.
Just think of Bruce Willis right now.
Yeah.
It's just people that were
Keanu Reeves. It's going to happen one day. We'll probably be in our 70s, and he'll
everyone
be
we know is going to die.
Yeah. But but at the same time, like the Harley, like all of the kind of like that media machine that kind of exists, and the PR machine that exists around Hollywood from the 80s, 90s, and 2000s, it's kind of coming to the realization we need somebody else to try to hype up so people would be interested in us also.
Okay. So this is getting to the bigger issue here is who the fuck are these people? Because Hollywood Reporter can say, here's the new A-list Hollywood. It doesn't change the fact that the comments are all, who the fuck are these people?
Nobody. Yes.
You can throw a photo of Tom Cruise anywhere in the developed world, and everyone's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, it's Tom Cruise."
Yeah, Thomas Mapother.
You throw this guy. Who the fuck is that?
Okay, here's men who have mustaches that should not have mustaches should shave those off immediately.
Oh my God.
The guy looks like a complete twat, and it looks like somebody honestly photoshopped that onto him.
I didn't.
Why is this mustache just completely across?
He's smiling. It's just
looks like an idiot. Tom Selleck had a gorgeous mustache for the majority of his life, and he never looked like that. Also, he's Tom Selleck.
I had a gorgeous mustache, but all of you,
we all do.
Last week, you and everyone I knew was like no to that mustache, so I had to abandon my plans for Halloween.
I said no out of peer pressure.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
But no, okay, the bigger question here is not the quality of these mustaches, which are dubious at best. The question is, who are these people?
Well,
I know these two.
Oh, is that the guy from Aqua Teen? Not Aqua Teen. That's not Doc Savage, or Doc. what's his face? One of the guys that made Venture Brothers.
No,
He looks like one of the two guys that made Venture Brothers.
I don't know the guys who made Venture Brothers either. But that's Rhett and Link from Good Mythical Morning. So you've never heard of this show? It's a YouTube series.
I was saying that looks like Carson Kressley in his 80s.
Carson.
And then we got
Carson still looks pretty good.
Next to him with the long hair and the beard, that's Jason Momoa at home.
This guy?
Yeah.
No, they go together. They're partners.
What do they do?
They have a series called Good Mythical Morning. That's every morning. It's like a young adult talk show. I wouldn't say
that's
young
geared
adult.
towards these people.
I shouldn't say talk show. It's just them doing
podcast.
It's like a short podcast, I guess. Sure, let's call.
What's the subject matter?
And they try a lot of foods. They do a lot of.
So they're like the BuzzFeed Try Guys.
I don't hate them, but anything with BuzzFeed, with BuzzFeed, I'm like
auto hate.
It kind of.
Wonderhole.
Well, no, that's some other shit. Oh God, they're not making this look not making me look good with their. Okay, so.
Oh, were these the guys that a while back there was something going on with them?
Food. They famously got vasectomies together. That's what they're kind of known for in more cynical circles that we run in.
Okay.
It was like, I don't remember what the meme was, but it was something mean-spirited because they went. But yeah, so they're talking about alcohol
taste. That is just pure like thumbnail clickbait right there.
Well, that's, oh God. I mean, everyone on YouTube is guilty of thumbnail clickbait.
Yeah, unfortunately.
That's how you get views on YouTube. The more blunt and honest your label, the title of your video is, the more blah it's gonna be. But anyway, so these are the two I know. I thought maybe you would know them too, but the rest of them.
Is that Cillian Murphy?
I don't know
right there.
Cillian Murphy. Who's Cillian Murphy?
Syrian, the guy who played the Scarecrow, or the guy who played Oppenheimer.
It's pronounced Killian.
Is that him right there in the middle with the bow tie, with the tuxedo?
No, but you're right. It does look like him.
Is that his younger brother?
No, these are not.
He just looks very much like him.
Alex, none of these people are actually famous. This is what needs to be articulated. Okay. None of these people are people that we should know who they are.
Who's the girl that's sitting down?
I don't know who any. Alex, I literally just said.
I'd like to know who she is.
Okay, we're gonna get there.
No, I meant that in how are you doing?
Let's find out. If any of these people.
A rum and coke or a Polish beer?
Oh, secure site not available. What?
Of course.
What does that mean? I mean, I know what it means, but why is that?
Oh, it says .cm.
No, I know. That's what the.
Oh, that was the link that it gave?
That was the link on the.
Suka блядь.
Here we go. We'll try it again. Take two. That's an error about the SSL certificate. All right, Adam Faze, no idea.
Don't know.
Amy Song, Alex Earl.
There's no picture of her. Oh God, how old is she's 23? Oh no, you get a different picture.
Okay, so this goes into another topic that's related to the disaster that
Why
is.
Why they look older than us?
Why are they so old? And the reasons I've heard explaining it are bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what are the reasons?
One of the reasons, the popular explanation for why Zoomers look like they're about a decade older than they are is because they're wearing older style fashions.
Bullshit.
And it's bullshit.
Bullshit.
The only thing that I could get behind is that they're doing their makeup in, like, those females in particular are doing makeup in a much more mature style. But that doesn't explain, like, the Zoomers who are
actual facial structure looking.
Well, just like in like the dudes who are on camera, and it's just like their shoulders and face, and they're like, well, I'll talk like a Zoomer, bro, look at how old I look, bro, Like I see those videos on YouTube and on Instagram, and I'm like, yeah, you do. You look like you're 50, and you just only say bro.
Yeah, and you just crashed your supercar on a rainy highway, and you're still live streaming.
Oh, who was that idiot?
Jack.
Didn't that just happen?
Yeah, it was like a week or two
Jack
ago.
No, that's the Twitter guy. Doherty?
I think that is him.
Is it?
And his buddy is like bleeding profusely, and I think he's ended up live streaming from the ER.
Jack Doherty, YouTuber.
Look at you go, man.
He's like a parody, though. Like,
he is.
I mean, like he's.
I wouldn't know what his parents do to afford that crap for him.
Oh my god! I mean,
then he was begging on stream afterwards for people to donate money so he could replace that car.
Look at
that fucking head.
I know, but look at
it's a penis with a broccoli top.
Look at his head. What is this? What? Who is giving this person money?
He looks like somebody that should be standing in the stands of like Anfield during a Merseyside derby.
I mean, he has the face of an infant. Like you get rid of
face of an infant on the body of a man. He's Master Blaster.
Get rid of that hair. He looks like he's like 8 years old. So I guess this is counterintuitive to our argument we're making about Zoomers. Although, how old is this idiot?
I think he's like 16 or so, maybe 18.
So he's on,
or maybe early 20s. I think maybe.
He's on the much younger side of Zoomers, but
it's also funny. Well, it's funny because I see a lot of the guys around campus, and they kind of are dressed up like my dad from the early 90s.
He's got this like bloat going on too.
Cocaine bloat?
Maybe.
Or is he taking the bog pill?
Maybe. So this was a week ago that he crashed his car?
Yeah, that's actual scene because the car, he ended up losing. He was like live streaming or texting on the phone, and then he lost control.
Hey. No!
I was wondering, because here's the general theme of this is that all these people have like very big niches on TikTok or Instagram, but none of it translates to mainstream. No. None of it is not population, but demographic crossing enough to lead to popularity that translates beyond the internet. And that's where the big problem is, I think, for a lot of things like the Hollywood Reporter is reporting on this shit. It's like, all right, yeah, sure, they've got 8 million subscribers on YouTube. YouTube, you don't have to pay for.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of these people, when they try to do... In fact, I'm trying to think of any major social media performer who has achieved mainstream widespread success. I know that one guy did that movie 8th Grade. That was a pretty popular film and got him a lot of attention. Good for him. But that's the most YouTubers who make a movie, it's terrible.
It's Fred.
It's Fred. It's
I mean, Felix even knows not to do that.
What was the movie? Oh, Space Cop. It's and then even that movie that got a lot of attention by that film critic guy,
Armand White.
Shelby Oaks. He's the guy. He's related. He got made fun of by Red Letter Media, and he was upset about it. And then he went and made a movie, and everyone was kind of hoping that the movie would be really good because Red Letter Media's movie was really bad. But then it turned out that his movie was really bad too. Something like that. You know what I understand, Alex?
Yes, sir.
I understand that we are completely disconnected from the world of social media these days.
I feel perfectly fine like that. I think the social media that exists that is geared towards us is probably first and foremost YouTube, because it runs the full gamut of every single age bracket. You have grandmas playing Skyrim to little kids who are multimillionaires who basically just do toy reviews. There's us in the middle.
We're in the middle. Okay.
We are. We're the small channels. The smaller the channels with the smaller subs, but have a higher viewer count are the ones that are truly the diamond in the roughs, and they have the best bang for your buck in terms of entertainment quality.
I mean, it's always nice to have more views than subscribers.
Right. And then other than that, I would say what is geared towards us is probably maybe Facebook, which is just a legacy holdover. I know it's everybody's parents, but then
that's boomer world.
Well,
that got taken over by boomers.
The next thing that's geared towards us is LinkedIn. And
that doesn't count. So
I know, but a lot of people use it as their one source. Their one source of online presence.
I refuse to accept LinkedIn as any kind of legitimate social media. LinkedIn is like for people who are looking for new jobs, basically.
Which used to be Career Builder or Monster.
Monster.com. I think that Indeed is where you go to look for a job these days. I just think that it's funny if you asked us to make a list of Hollywood. Hey, Hollywood, here's your new A-listers. It'd be like, El Chess Breach.
Steve Buscemi.
No, I mean like social media. Like what YouTubers would you say, oh, these are the people that Hollywood should be pushing right now? It's a Gundam.
It's a Gundam. Daniel.
Who's Daniel? Oh, Daniel from SL?
From SL, yeah.
Okay.
Definitely. Hi, how's it going? What are you guys doing?
Really cornering the market.
Internet historian.
Internet historian. How could I forget? He's got a new video coming out. It's going to be new, and everyone's going to already know about it. But the new Fallout video is this next one.
Oh,
because
nice.
I for story mode.
Okay, cool.
Because that's I found out on Patreon.
Ooh, a patron. Mm-hmm. Your regular Medici. I would say Sam Hyde.
We're going to be on a list because of you.
I'm surprised we're not on that list.
I think we might.
Wait, which list is it? I think we're on several.
Like we're confused on how concerned we should be about this channel.
Yeah. Yeah, so probably some solid go-to. There's the guy, games we play, but any type of like these, what was it?
You're thinking of Manly Badass Hero is what
Manly Badass Hero, I guess, whoever, whichever of those type of channels that we jump from. Oh, Chris Chappell.
Oh, Chris Chappell. Yeah, it took me a second. I was like, huh?
Yeah.
Making it hard for many of us in the U.S. to think poorly of the country when our bedrooms are full of their manga, our fridges full of their sushi, and their waifus in our hearts. In this way, we've grown up with Japan kind of feeling like a friend, even if we don't speak the same language. All of us have a feeling of nostalgia for a culture we've never known through Studio Ghibli movies aired on the Cartoon Network of our youth and slightly moist anime conventions we attended as awkward teenagers. All this is a pretty big change from how Americans viewed Japan during World War II. Many Americans died fighting in the bloody Pacific Theater. Imperial Japan certainly committed its fair share of atrocities. And you'd think atomic bombs aren't exactly a forgive and forget kind of thing. But our ability to move beyond past animosity is core to the idea of soft power, a term first coined by American political scientist Joseph Nye that represents the ability to influence others through attraction or persuasion, rather than through force.
I put like Linus in there. I have to say,
Rich Evans.
Just Rich Evans, though.
Just Rich. Just Rich.
You can keep the other two. I have to say that I'm really impressed overall by Linus Tech Tips development as a channel. And more importantly, his development of his crew and his on-screen talent. Like they just did this video about repairing CPUs.
Oh, okay. I saw the one about Windows XP.
Was that just okay? Anyway, they did a thing about making about CPUs, and it wasn't Linus was just one of the people. It was like 8 different people on that episode, and all of them have such diverse personalities, but they're all really good on camera, and they all are engaging. And like, it's just really interesting seeing how he's cultivated like on-screen talent on that channel. And I think he did it very consciously because he knows he can't be on camera forever. And he
even
needs
though
to start
right now, like a couple of years ago, he kind of shifted away from more of the business portion of that to actually being like that on-screen talent, but knowing that like I need to have like I have this giant warehouse now for all these purposes, and I have a whole bunch of people. I've got dozens of employees and stuff like that.
I will say that's funny. We were talking about the Shane Smith interview that just went up on Joe Rogan, and how Rogan makes this whole comment about how don't grow too fast. Don't. If you like, you're going to lose connections to the company, and basically what happened to Vice. And it's going to grow out of control, and it's going to just create problems and headaches for you. And he's like, yeah, you know, like his show still only has two, it's him and Jamie, and then they have a outsourced editor. So it's only 3 people for this multi-million-dollar enterprise.
Biggest podcast on the planet.
And has 3 employees. Whereas there's,
it looks like it's recorded out of his basement.
If you had a random young YouTuber, he would already have a staff of 12 people to run the show with him. And it's like, you don't need to do that. And so that's what I was thinking. Like, Linus is just growing and growing and growing. And I hope that he is as successful as he's behaving, because otherwise,
there are some times when I kind of watch some of his videos and I feel like a lot of it's just kind of like you've kind of lost the plot with a lot of your stuff, where it's like it's sort of like you're just flexing at times. But then like you said, you know, the CPU, I watched the one where he was doing the repairs for the motherboards, and it's like it's very, very specific topic. It's very just not watered down, but very focused upon just a very interesting concept and topic that you can kind of almost showing you that like this is a legitimate type of like side hustle you could do, where you just buy a bunch of like, you know, just return other like products, teach yourself how to fix it and do that stuff.
Wait, are you sure you're not talking about the CPUs that they were repairing?
I think there was a second video where he did like motherboards also.
Oh, maybe that just came out today or something? Because I'm like,
it was a couple of weeks ago maybe. The one I saw that came out today.
Can you make money fixing dead CPUs? That's the video I'm talking about.
Okay, the one I saw today was about getting young people and seeing if they can navigate Windows XP.
Gotcha.
Which was always fun. The best part was trying to see them open up a jewel case for a CD.
Oh my God, it's that hard for them?
Does this thing even open? I don't even think I've ever even touched one of these things. I'm trying not to break it. I have no clue.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yeah. But there was another one with where they were getting motherboards and they bought them used. And they would be like, this is what the MSRP is. This is what we bought it for. And we fix it. And now this is, if you can get this posted online, this is how much profit you can make off of it, you know?
How to get $500 motherboards for $50 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, I think that was the one.
I think you're combined. I mean, I didn't watch this video, but because they did.
Yeah, that's the one, I think.
Okay. Interesting. Anyhow, we've lost speaking of losing the plot, we lost the plot of this episode.
And our viewers.
And based on our analytics, the viewers stopped watching about, well, let's see, we've been recording
15 years ago.
Oh, mega burn. We've been recording for about an hour, so it was about a half-hour podcast or half-hour episode. They stopped listening 15 minutes ago.
All right, but thank you for those views, ladies and gentlemen, and frogs.
As long as you just watch the first frogs.
I'm just saying, interdimensional frogs.
Okay.
Demon frogs.
I think that about does it this week.